You need the mix, you know.
There's some good, my brother.
Precept.
Let's bring it out.
The book of John, chapter 7, verse 38. Which we say, we have to have faith in from Mashiach. It says, Christians will say that they believe in, JC. And then that's good. That's good.
Believe as the scripture says.
The book of John, chapter 7, verse 38.
Believe in the Most High, sis. Yeah, can I read something to you quickly? Believe in God.
It says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture have said.
Yeah, so that's how you have to believe in this truth, man. Eat the whole road, as the scriptures have said.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Yeah, you're not going to be in that flipping lake, that stagnant lake.
And part of that, as the scripture said, is that Mashiach came in the flesh.
It says streams of living water, because a stream is always moving. Like when you look at the law, if something unclean drops in like a dead, stagnant water, you have to dash that away. But if it's running water, you know what I'm saying?
And this is why, even like when you go back in the time of Moses, when any time they were sin and they had to wash themselves, had to be in running water. Yeah, had to be in running water, and then they're unclean until even.
Which is why, in a sense, a shower is technically better than that's why shower is technically better than a bath.
No, I've always preferred shower. You know what I didn't like about bath? It's like
soaking in the
you sit in the dirt, you just try and wipe off. Yeah. Because what I would do when I used to use it, no. If I was having a bath, I'll rest first, then wash.
That's right.
You get some people that wash and then they just relax in the water.
I was a man, I didn't like to stay in the bath, anyway, because that thought was always on my mind that I'm there. And even if I do have a bath, I make sure I shower myself after.
I prefer a shower anyway, personally speaking, but it's in the spirit, isn't it?
That's right.
Who was reading?
Yeah.
That was, I think that was finished, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 37, and it reads, He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
But to be honest, I've seen that already.
Mind you watch.
Matthew 10:37.
No, we're not foreign either.
That's true. That's true. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, then.
But that is, you know why I said that? That strike on my brain. And he's talking about priority.
Yes.
No negotiation.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, you're coming with it.
Yeah, that's true.
You're coming with it.
That's all.
We work together.
No negotiation.
That's right.
The most I ain't into no, I'm going to say something, there's one flip. It's hard to say, I'll leave that. But, oh, you want to hear something? Yeah, listen to this, read that again.
I'm Muslim before. You see my family that I'm Maroon,
You're Maroon?
Yeah, my family's Maroon.
Okay.
They're the worst in Jamaica where we
I know, in the cockpit country.
So, and my mum, she gets upset when I keep saying, Alhamdulillah and bless her.
She gets upset, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she doesn't want it.
She's not happy with that. I'm like, you're holding that British or whatever.
Brother, you know we're
We're Maroons, So you know when the boat comes in that boat, they brought us to Jamaica. Where we come from? You know what this is? Why can't I speak?
Brother, that brother said, you're Muslims either.
No, but then again, I would like to actually mess with it. I'm not here to fight, you know. I'm not in that.
Say that.
No. You don't should know about brother, risky. Yeah, that's us look. Old school, challenge. Yeah? That's it. You know, I said this. Don't you actually believe in God yourself.
Well, listen to this verse.
Your own foot, you know.
Listen to this verse here, my brother. Read that again.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 37. And it reads, He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy
you know
of
who
me.
the me
That's
is?
what I do. Wait,
The me, he says, he that loveth father or mother more than me. Who's the me?
that's me.
No, me is talking
I
about.
gotta look after my mother, my father, my grandma, the whole package.
The me.
And do you know why?
Listen,
they
listen,
made
listen,
me.
Listen. The me in this verse is the wonder word called Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
So if you love your father or your mother more than him, read that again. Well, that's a problem.
Which I always will.
No, but that is a problem though.
He that loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
So you can't love your father or your mother more than Yahweh Shai.
I can
more
love
than
my
the Most
father and
High.
my mother the same that I love myself.
But it's
I
not
come
talking
back
about
to the
yourself.
brain image, the same thing.
No,
You see when my mum shows
brother.
respect and the same, and I see it with grandma the same. We also learn it like when I grew. We all look after all of us. It's not are we just basically I can ban these others. You know, I've been watching. I've been watching. Picnics and family things. You don't get
Well,
when we was older,
because
them
they
shit
got this
not
word.
funny, you know. It's full of like respect and the whole thing.
Well, listen to the word, brother.
Come out of God outside.
Brother.
Kids are killing
My brother.
Kids are killing
My brother. Listen to the word, man. Listen to the word. Bring it out.
Right, this is the book of Matthew chapter 10.
Listen carefully, brother. Listen carefully to this.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Did you understand what we just said, my brother? I know you've had a little tin look. It's nothing to do with your brain, yeah, but listen,
everyone, as long as you got love towards God itself, then you actually understand.
What does it mean, love
My
towards
cousins,
God?
they're in America. America is a whole different ours, even at Rick's.
Brother,
Whole this is a whole different cousin.
listen to what the Bible's bringing out. Like I said, I know you're feeling a bit juiced at the moment. The brain ain't got nothing to do with you listening, my brother.
Do you know what I just popped in? Let me just ask this question what I just dropped in. I tried to pop in and say that, for us, I have no problem. I think you understand and it's a blessing. Don't take it. Remember, we say over here, we're all British. Okay. When you was in Africa, the ones were in the same. Come back, you might start seeing some really off words and what
So,
no, hold on.
Listen,
God, they
my
took
brother,
the
my
piss,
brother.
bruv. Them man, they are
brother.
white man, them. Remember,
My
I'm a
brother.
maroon. I'm a
brother.
maroon, my brother.
Listen,
They
my brother.
brought it to God. You see, in
much
Jamaica,
drinking, man.
can I finish?
finish
In
what you're saying.
Jamaica, yeah, I've got Queen Nanny, which is mine. That's my cousin. She's my cousin. They brought us from a boat.
Where's this bringing us to? Where's this bringing us? Yo,
I'm trying to just drop in.
yeah, but where's it bringing us though?
Let me just finish.
Yeah, but where's this bringing us to?
You know, we used to fight,
My brother,
to look on all of us.
Which,
My brother,
none other than the Holy Bible.
we're trying to
No,
teach
no,
you.
it's not even
None other than the
listen,
all
Holy
of us,
Bible.
brother.
Do you know why? Because ain't nothing the same. We all
brother,
are the same. We
yo,
go
yo,
crazy.
yo, listen, my brother. All right, well, if I am, just listen to what we're bringing out, yeah? Just listen.
All right, hey.
Yeah, just listen. Just listen, my brother, man.
We gotta put the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, and Hashai over everything. That's what we was trying to bring out to you.
The Heavenly Father comes and His Son comes before our mothers, our fathers, and our youths. That's what the Bible bringing out.
In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 24,
Just listen, my brother.
verse 16. Son of man, behold, I take away from thee the desire of thine eyes with a stroke. Yet neither shalt thou mourn, nor weep, neither shall thy tears run down. And the point of that is, we're not supposed to put anything in front of Yahweh, Hashem, Shai.
In your life, though, I will. Just like the same.
Brother, my brother, you're doing a lot of
Is there a difference?
Yo, my brother, just listen.
I'm listening.
No, you're
but
not
sorry, I'm
listening.
paying.
Yeah, so just listen. Just listen.
I share.
Let's continue.
You know,
what we're
these
doing.
are the parts that I'm going to say.
But you've been drinking and you're not
Islam in
listening.
my own, where I'm
We're not
gonna put it.
dealing with
I'm
Islam.
proud of how you
We're
say
not
it.
dealing with
As long as that you know, listen, I'm not God, cuz I'm none of that. As long as we all look after each other, I'll be happy. It's not about if I'm gonna say, is
Chapter
it Christ? Is it this name?
And
No,
verse 37,
and
it
I've
reads,
just found my own name.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
So that's who you put in front of everybody, even your
Yourself.
children, your mum, your dad, whatever. Yahweh Bashim Yashai comes first.
That's right!
Hey, and you're not ramping as well, man.
Brother, it's a bit too early in the day.
Mum,
used
it's
to
my
be
back
that-
then, it was yesterday. We
When
was
was
fighting
your
from
brother? Yeah, that's
yesterday. You don't know
yesterday.
me, yeah?
It's a bit too early for you to be in such a state. That's why you're not listening. Yo, my brother, come on, man, come on. Yo, you've been disrupted now.
Like distracted. This is my back there. I trust me.
Yeah, well, we
I
don't
know
celebrate
We don't
birthdays.
celebrate birthdays.
I know what I'm doing.
We don't- well, we don't celebrate birthdays.
Do you know why I did? Because it's my mum that popped me out. Know the difference. My mum weren't Jesus though, was she?
Yeah, no, I'll just finish off.
Alhamdulillah, bless it. I love you all.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Share on.
So that's
Why
the
would they know?
point.
I died and
Listen.
come back.
Yeah,
Know
yeah,
the difference.
This is the
There
book
is a
of
lot of the
Job,
difference, you know. I
chapter
bet everyone
1,
knows me. We've done this for years. Guys.
verses
The
4
road
and
package,
5.
gun package, all
Verse
of
4.
that. Come on,
And
now.
his sons went and feasted in their houses, everyone his day,
Everyone his day, so they will celebrate in their
And my name
birthday.
is Dane.
and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. Verse 5, there's a point now.
Just one
And it
more,
was
though.
so
I love you. know.
when the
Love you.
days of their feasting, Anya Habata. And it was so when the days of their feastings were gone about that Job sent and sanctified them and rose up early in the morning.
Just so that the people them know,
Yeah.
I was strongly of the legal war.
That's why I'm reading about it.
His birthday.
And rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed Yahweh power in their hearts. Thus did Job continually.
And what is that showing? Because when you celebrate your birthday, what are you doing? It's all about
You're
me.
elevating yourself.
You elevate
over
yourself.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
It's all about me. It's all about me. The day is mine. So you put yourself on a pedestal. That's what you.
Idolatry, man.
Equal to or above Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
And you know what, just through the spirit, man, the first birthday was, when Adam and Eve went off us.
That's right.
What they started worshipping self.
That's right.
They didn't know about no birthdays before. They didn't know about self before, the serpent beguiled them. Man.
That's right.
It says pride is when
It's going off of what you read earlier about, that can't put anyone else before Yahweh.
Yeah, please do. Precept that,
It
please.
says, it's the book of Luke chapter 8, verse, I start at 19, and it reads, Then came to him his mother and his brethren, and could not come to him for the press, and it was told by certain, which said, Thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to see you. He answered and said unto them, My mother and my father,
you guys want to hear something good?
my mother and my brethren are these which hear the words of Yahweh and do it.
And that's what we have to do, man. Hear the words and do it, man.
Can I just add, that's also in the theme of what we're preaching today, because Yahweh Shai separated himself from his blood family and he was cleaving unto the people that were in the inner court. That's really what we're trying to push here
Yeah,
today.
yeah. That's where we're heading.
That's where we're heading.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's got a Mark 12, Mark chapter 12, verse 30, 31? Mark chapter 12, verse 30, 31. And let's have
30 and 31.
30, 31. And 2 Timothy 3:12, Romans 8:17 to 18.
Mark chapter 12 and 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power, with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment.
And that's the premise that we're going as well, that you don't put no one before Yahweh.
That's right.
Yeah? Yeah.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandments greater than these.
Those are the two.
I'm fulfilling those two. And the reason that this is because fulfilling those two major ones, you basically fulfill the rest of them.
That's right. Yeah, definitely.
None other commandment greater than these. Love your neighbor as yourself. So I'm not going to be fooling myself or saying about myself, or just doing anything bad to myself. You know what I'm saying? So that means I shouldn't be doing that to anyone else, man.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's have 2 Timothy 3:12.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 12, and it reads,
Verse 32, and the scribe said unto him, Well, master, thou said the truth, for there is one power, and there is none other but you.
Oh, I hope I got the book in my bag today. Just to read something to you guys.
Hold on. That was me doing with him yesterday.
If I don't have the book, I'm going to have to come back, because I did try to come back.
Okay.
But not today.
All right, no problem.
But I'm going to read another book. You see? That's Tao, yeah? And the ways, 1,000 ways paths to friendship, yeah? See, the friends are kind to each other's dreams. Friendship planted in the garden of our hearts will grow despite any heavy cost of adversity. So, I just open. So, is it possible we could be choose one? Because diversity, the travel, will happen. And that's why I tried to show you, in the Bible there's a culture. Because the people immigrate. Don't forget that. Christianity immigrate everywhere. And I'm married with a Jamaican woman. Oh, I'm married with another one with a Japanese woman.
Well, that's
another one. Bruce Lee was Japanese.
That's the dispersion. Yeah, that's the dispersion.
So, no, I just want to live that. I'm going to go eat some Jamaican food, yeah?
All right, hold on.
It's funny because what you said, it kind of fit into what we were talking about.
Yesterday, we was having a little talk and,
What we said,
yeah. Yeah, and then he asked me where I'm from, and I told him now. I said, you just bounced.
Israel, grow your beard, man.
Yeah, that's real.
Shaving shoes, that blade, man.
Scraping up the skin,
It's a badge of manly
Dignity,
honor and dignity.
Scriptures compares us to lions, man.
That's right.
It's amazing.
We don't see no lion with no
Unless you're the female.
Alright, it's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 12.
Yeah.
And it reads, Yea, and all that will live godly in the Mashiach Yahweh shall suffer persecution.
And there's the point as well. Even like you see us out here, look at, I mean, like you'll see some of the conversations we're having. And like, they persecute those that do good. So if you're wicked in this world, you're elevated. But when you turn from your wickedness and try to do good, you're mocked.
It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 12, and it reads, Yea, all that will live godly in a Mashiach Yahweh shall suffer persecution.
So that goes back to Sirach 2:1. My son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation, man. And the reason why you suffer these things because you're going against the grain now. You're not fitting in with the ways of this world. If you're living contrary to this world, then it's going to bring strife and contention.
Just to add to what the brother said, it's just like perfect example. You don't keep Christmas. You don't keep Valentine's. Look at the persecution you get. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, so there's the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord.
Right.
And our Lord is Yahushua.
That's right.
If they have persecuted me, the me here is Yahushua, not me. Persecuted Yahushua, they will also persecute you.
This is why we have to go through the things that we went through, man, because if it happened to Yahushua, you know, we're basically coming with the same message that he came with. And it's a message which ain't for everybody. Everyone ain't gonna like the message, so obviously he was persecuted, and if you're bringing that same message, you'll be persecuted as well.
If I can just say, Bashar, you know, that Yahushua left us a perfect example.
That's right.
And we know that we could never compare to a Mashiach, you know, especially these bodies, you know. He said the heirs shall be joint heirs when the kingdom comes. But right now we could never compare to our king, man. But still, what is the example that is set? So what? Just how we have to be following, to the best of our ability, how we also dealt with the situations. Because it's one thing to say, okay, we're going to have persecution, but let's try to deal with it how Mashiach dealt with it. You know, kept his mouth closed, you know, because he knew what was coming. Just like, you know, we say we prophets, then what that means that we meant to know what's coming, right? So then therefore, it's for us to do our darndest to try and do it the way he did it, to the best of our ability. Which is easily forgot is why
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when that persecution comes.
Oh,
please, you forget everything, boy.
And let me tell you, when you beg Esau, he comes harder. Because when they're bullying you and you say, oh, please, 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 they intensify their bullying, trust me. So that's the wrong way to go.
Stronger.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It doesn't work.
Who's got Romans 8, 17, 20?
the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 17. It reads.
You hear something good? Yes, no? Why you, my brother, want to hear something good?
Book of Romans chapter 8 verse 17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs, like I was saying, with Hamashiach Yahushua.
So you see, so if we are joint heirs with him and we're heirs to the promise, that only fitting that we're gonna go through what he went through.
That's right. That's right.
What makes us any greater or different from him?
You have to go through all of that to actually get what it says in Revelation 2, hold fast which you have.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you hold that fast, and that's when you'll be able to get the rewards and the benefits of it, man.
Yeah, go on now.
And if the children then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if it so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together.
That's it. So when we suffer with him, I mean, when you look at Yahushua, he suffered. Look where he is now. He's glorified. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to have to suffer as well to be glorified the way how you have. Obviously not exactly in the same position, but to be glorified with Yahushua. You know? Yes, please.
Romans chapter 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
And that's the hope. Right, when you hear that scripture, that should give you hope. Showing that.
Imagine where when you get into the kingdom, man's going to look back at all of this and think, shit. That was all,
it was all worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it, you know what I'm saying? And that's the mindset you have to know that the suffering that you gain through, like, come on, man, it's worth it at the end of the day, you know? That's why it speaks about, you know, 2 Corinthians 7, that kingdom is given and you never go through the hardships, roughly paraphrasing, that you have to go through. How do you expect to get the kingdom? You know, so we have
How
to
are
go
you going to
through it.
appreciate it?
Exactly. I wouldn't say easy come, easy go.
Easy go, that's right. And it's going to be easy go.
Just not so easy coming.
That's right.
You know that, you know.
Yeah. So this is the book of John, chapter 15, verses 20. And it reads, remember the word that I, Yahushua, said, I hate to say I, Yahushua, said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, Yahushua. If they have persecuted me, meaning Yahushua, they will also persecute you.
That's right.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
That's because we're coming in the same spirit as Yahweh Shai, man.
Verse
Where you were
18.
going. Oh,
No, you read it, man. Read it, man. You read it, man.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 18, and it reads, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
So basically, don't be surprised, man. You come out here, you get the scoffers, the mockers, everything else. Don't be surprised because it's the same thing that happened to Yahweh Shai when he was pushing the word, you know?
Let's just have, and you know what? And this next verse, actually, who's got Matthew 19, 27 to 29?
Matthew 19.
Verse 27.
I'm going to come with my simple page. I'm going to go home, eat and come back.
Okay.
Just to give another 5 minutes.
19, verse 27.
Yeah, to 29.
Okay.
Debate or share.
Can I just say one thing now? Through the Spirit, we should be debating this matter. What we should be doing is gathering correct knowledge and acting on it. So
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry about I'm Jesus. And when I speak English, I try to be, you know, to make you understand. So now it makes sense what I will tell you. You see, your interpretation.
Angolano?
I am Angolano. And your interpretation, when, do you see? But no, it's not a debate. Just, how can you give the share knowledge. I used to that word, but you just want to. I told him share knowledge. I told him debate. You just pick up the debate. I'll say it. Stop.
Here's the thing, because you can share knowledge until the end of time. But what we're doing is sharing the truth based on the scripture. And once we're sowing those seeds, you're supposed to act upon it. Otherwise, we're just going to keep on continually doing the same thing and staying in the same
I don't know if I should share
I see that you're brother, I see that you love your house. I hope you love it.
And then this collection, I'm talking about this collection because when I came, I looked at the both this collection. I looked at this collection.
The features, you mean the features, yeah.
And you see my dish? I got four. You see? This one, this one, and this one. That's the full face. Face. Then the square face like this one.
Yeah.
Similar to this. There's this one, it's more old.
Yeah,
I start all this, okay? And even if you want to start the Bible, because the Bible be right, I told him. Be inspired, but you're not the book of doesn't worship him.
the book of that
People
would
can give it
actually
any
be the better
interpretation.
pronunciation. It's Alaya.
We can look to the book and
If someone's doing good,
By the way,
that's the movie. There's a movie. I fly in the movies. You fly. My interpretation. You see? Creativity. Whatever sometimes I can be crazy or whatever.
The Bible in the start, read up the Bible.
Yeah, I read the Bible. Okay, yeah?
Alright, this one.
Book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold.
so this is Peter asking, go ahead.
Then Peter answered, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore?
Right, so this is Peter saying now that they have forsaken everything and followed Yahushua in every way they possibly could. So then they're asking, what shall their reward be? What would they behold?
There's something good. When there's something good, my brother.
28. And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration,
Meaning
when
those
the,
that's kept to the examples, man.
Right.
when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes, the children of Yasharallah.
That's right.
That's a great position to be in.
It's the book of Revelations chapter 3 and verse 21. And it reads, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. This is the book. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 25, and it reads, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
So this that we have learned and we're doing our best to keep with the faith, we have to hold fast, believing that in doing the works that there is a greater reward.
And he that
your faith, you see your faith, that's something that no one can take from you. You know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't make no one take that from you, you know? Like, you lose that by looking into the world, man.
That's right.
Not keeping your eye focused on that gold and that price. Yeah?
Can I just add, you lose it by giving it away. A person can't take it from you, you give it away.
That's why they say, you know, like in Hollywood and stuff like that, they sold their soul.
That's right. They gave it away.
Yeah,
They gave it away.
That's
for whatever it is.
That's
Which
right.
is,
They didn't want to hold fast to the end, man.
Like, you know, it just came into my mind, you know, you have the horror movies.
That's right.
And, you know, you have the vampires, you know, these songs are damn vampires, man. But, you know, he won't come into your abode.
And let him in.
Yeah, it's true. You have to invite him. Yeah.
It's a consensual.
Once you've invited, that's it. You can't get him out.
It's like the Marcus Garvey, that's a consensual.
just sign here, please.
Yeah,
Once that's in you, you can't get down.
that's right. It's engraved, it's seared with the iron. Good.
The book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Esau felt he did something really good. Give back the kingdom. Give back everything that's stolen, you know what I'm saying? Then he did something good.
Give it with one hand and take it away with the other.
That's right. Oh, Slack, read that 26 again.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 26. It reads, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
That's really that dread is, man, because Yahweh Shai is going to receive power over the nations from the Father, and he's looking to elevate people, you know, brothers, into that same position, man.
Yes, it's Matthew 19, verse 29. And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or
That's why you
fathers.
can't be looking to hold on to anything that this world offers, man, because it's going to go. Everything in this world is perishable. Someone could get 2 Peter 2 and 10. Yeah. Believe in the scriptures?
But still, in the Quran, they support
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads, but the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief in the night.
Now, you know what? I like that bit there. You'll come as a thief in the night. You tell me when a thief have ever announced when they're coming.
Name Santa Claus.
I know, right?
He just creep into your yard. Good.
But the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai will come as a thief in the night.
And we don't believe in Santa Claus, by the way.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
What's that firmament heat that the elements will melt with? That nuclear destruction.
Right.
Arrows. That
Yeah.
China, Russia, you know, Quran.
He said Quran.
Korea, that's it. That's what it.
There's going to be a lot of Sarah Connors from Terminator.
That's right, innit?
I'm telling you.
Only to be able to save it.
Shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
Read on.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
That's a bit of what. Seeing that all these things will be dissolved, why the hell shall we really be seeking to hold on to any of these things? You know, some of these things we need to get by in life, but you don't make these your goals, man. You gotta aim to like, read that again, Bob.
Yeah. Matthew chapter 19, verse.
Oh, it says, see that all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of persons are you meant to be? All holy conversation and godliness.
And everyone that hath forsaken houses.
Yeah, so this is why you have to forsake these things because what? They're going to be dissolved. You know? They're going to be gotten rid of, broken down.
Or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or
Because
mothers.
you can't love none of these people more than Yahweh Shai, more than the Most High and His Son.
Just say as well on that point. These are all the sacrifices that brothers are making that you see out here,
That's right.
out here in the highways and the byways, and sisters too doing this work.
That's right, that's right.
These are the sacrifices that we have to make.
Yeah, when you become an outcast at some point, you know, to your family at times, you know, because you're not partaking in what they're partaking in.
Or wives, or children, or lands.
So you have to be willing to not to lose everything. Man.
And that is, what you've listed is everything. Yeah.
For my name's sake.
That's what you have to be willing to do.
Around here when I was growing up.
Me?
No, there used to be some around here about 30 years ago.
In what?
Yeah.
Israelites.
This one used to be kicked to school in the garden.
Okay.
You're Israelite.
So did you acknowledge anything that was being said?
It was about 30 years ago. The first time I saw Hebrew Israelites when I was about 7. But I think they were just crazy when shouting.
And that's not far from right.
Because that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's right.
Never in my life did I ever think that I'll be out here.
Yeah. Oh, one of them crazy ones.
Same crazy people that you used to deem crazy.
Just like we started off saying, we started our own realm, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have chosen us. We have chosen us.
Yeah. It's true, because I didn't choose this walk.
None of us would have thought that would be standing out.
No brother in this ministry thought they'll be out doing
No.
what they do.
And people that know me, who really know me, if you was to tell them, never.
Yeah, I didn't think Yeshua would be crazy standing like this.
I'm saying.
Yeah, man. We see how I say, man.
That's right.
That's right.
What did Job say? Let me speak and after I've spoken, walk on.
Innit? Yeah, rock on, yeah, enjoy yourself. Yeah.
You learn to start, taking those things like cheerfully. Like
Just go over your head now, man.
That's why we can stand out here and laugh and smile.
You know what drives me on when the scoffers them come? Just to know that I can't wait to see like that smile right off your face. Yeah. When you realise that everything them brothers said was right.
I was going to say as well, that's how you know that we're chosen people. Like you said, we can smile and that still. If this was Esau, like you say, you'll see them, like I said, on the roofs and that jumping. Like, I can't take it. You can't take this no more. We're still smiling, man. We're at the bottom.
That's right.
But you know what you just said a minute ago about can't wait when you see their face. You know, and that just reminds me of what must have happened with Noah. When Noah was building the ark, how everybody mocked him and they laughed until the door shut and the rain come. Now he's looking out the window seeing their faces.
You got to drowning.
Exactly. You know?
You got to think about it. You weren't out there for like, 6 years, 5 years, how certain brothers, he was out there for what? Like decades upon decades.
Yeah, he was out there for time building.
Within minutes learn to tread water.
Or grow gills.
That's some strong thing.
I know, right?
That's right.
So yeah. But you can imagine what, like, we laugh about it because we're having fun out here. But when you look at it, imagine what he went through. Through all his close friends and the years of him.
Remember the guy earlier?
Yeah.
Remember the guy earlier that said, "Oh, my daddy was talking about Jesus is coming back."
Yeah.
Like, he he must have seen generations coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Look how long Noah's been prophesied.
Like you said as well,
Not a drop of rain, and they laugh and they mock him, and
like
you
you
know.
said as well, like, you know, we're able to smile. Like we are more sides about balance, man. So we want to fun out here, and we'll cry too,
Time
man.
when we're serious, baby.
So that's right. It's not like we're out here taking this ministry not serious. When our brother says that, you know, we laughing and we having, you know, a balance. Man.
That's right. Sometimes you have to laugh, man. Otherwise you end up crying. You end up crying, man.
Exactly. Do a run a ramble on them.
Second flood if you don't laugh at it, you know?
Yeah, sorry, can you take 29 again?
Yeah, so Matthew, book of Matthew 19, verse 29.
Yeah, just
And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters.
Showing you that this walk ain't, it's not a waste of time, man. To them in the world, they see what we're doing as a waste of time, but we believe in everything that these scriptures say, man. It's not a waste of time. You want to hear something good? Won't waste your time. Mommy, want to hear a Bible verse? Want to hear a Bible verse, mommy? Deuteronomy 7:6 for mommy. Yeah, I'll get it. Mommy, let me just read this for you quickly. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Because you know we're God's chosen people, right, mommy?
Oh yeah.
So hear this. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we're above all people, mommy.
So that's why we are chosen.
Exactly.
That's right.
But then we have to start acting like a chosen
We are
people, mommy.
special tribe.
That's right.
That's right.
Shalom.
Okay, yes. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters.
So there's a lot of people in this world that's very materialistic. You know? Very materialistic. I'm not saying that I don't like things, but they're not a priority to me. Like some people, like they have to have. No. Go on, mother.
Like he said something's wrong.
Well,
She loves material.
Or fathers, or mothers, or wives, or children, or lands, for my name's sake.
So that's just showing you that this walk ain't easy. This walk ain't easy. How you have to give up everything. Remember, Peter and the other apostles, they gave up everything and followed Yahushua. So, you know, this walk ain't easy walk to give up your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, and going contrary to what you've been doing for years. How what this society in this world has taught you to walk opposite to that now.
Let me just ask, where it says, for my name's sake, people have to understand that name doesn't just mean what you're called. It means your renown, it means your fame, right? So when it says for your name's sake, it's not just, oh, the name of Yahushua. Yes, it is the name of Yahushua. But it's what he was about, it's what he taught us, it's what he stood for. My spirit was to go and help.
no, children guys there.
That's what these other nations are there for.
Yeah, when we fall, they need to pick us up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they should they're going to be carrying us.
Get your bicycle.
Falling in the kingdom.
Yeah, there's a scripture that says that.
Let's have foot fall on their neck.
Walking around.
Yeah, you can just finish off. You have to go.
For my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
That's the promise. That's the promise is exactly what we're looking for at the end. Yeah, 100-fold. And that's, you know, could you imagine? You know, I don't think we can imagine what 100-fold is.
So that's
You know,
100% interest.
like it's like this. Like what you've lost, you're gonna get 100 times that amount.
Exactly.
That's what that's showing
You
you.
gotta look at example of that in the scriptures is Job.
Job, exactly.
Yeah.
Job is a perfect example.
And it's the faith in those scriptures,
That's right.
in the word, man, that, you know, that those sacrifices become easier to accept.
Yeah, that's right.
And whether you, like to say, whether you've lost, you know, land, children, these things will happen, especially if you're in this truth.
But you know, when these things start to happen, really and truly, it should actually
Use your
build.
faith.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It should.
That's why I feel like it's still smile now. Having sacrifice, we all have to sacrifice certain things, and we're gonna have to keep on sacrificing certain things. You know, the Most High tries us more and more. But like you said, man, that it should be boosting our faith. You know what the Heavenly Father's dealing with. They're dealing with me.
To boost your faith and give encouragement to keep going. Because boy, what else is there? What else?
And your children in vain.
In vain have I smitten your children.
You
Like,
don't want that to be the case.
no, man.
Not
7:10.
If you can get Psalms, 119. No, not yet. That's just to come. Who's got Hebrews 10:35?
Yeah. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, and verse 35.
You know,
Cast not away, therefore, your confidence.
and that's no, go on. I was going to say, and that's what you mustn't do. Cast away your confidence. So what we just brought out earlier, that all these things that you give up for the word, yeah.
And your confidence should be part of your faith, man. Your faith in Yahweh, your faith in Yahweh Shai, your faith in his words, man.
That's right. And the confidence that you know everything he said, he will come to. It will come to pass.
That's right, that's right.
And let me just add, it's also your assurance. So cast not away, therefore, your confidence.
That's why when the brother read Revelation 2:25 says, hold fast that which thou hast. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hold fast to that which thou hast.
Yeah, hold fast to your confidence. Man.
That's right.
Go on, kick.
Cast not.
I want to talk.
Bring it out.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
I? Can we share? I just want to share something. 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of your time. I don't have Bible, see? I'm just going to explain to you something about it. My dad is sociology, and I studied Bible. I was used to go to church. This is Africa. You really can change that, don't you? See the Bible. You're going to change that? This is full Africa, yeah?
So this.
Yeah? You sure?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
The continent.
I'm going to listen to you. Okay, I'm not going to discuss it because I come from Angola. Yeah. I could go back how they colonized us and things like that, but I'm not going to touch in that. All right.
So yeah, there's a book of Hebrews.
I got another
10,
book. Yeah.
and
The
verse
skeleton. When
35.
I'm talking about skeleton, that's the only thing I'm going to read to you. Plants, everything, the nature.
So what is this we're getting into?
Just to see because I don't really believe, I believe in diversity in entities. And that's not, diversity on entities. And that's no,
Emphasis.
that's God can only choose one people. Can you understand?
You don't believe that?
No.
Hang on.
Well,
So what
that's
you're
what the
saying?
Bible says, man.
Just want.
Just if you take one person from that thief, another person from that thief, another person from that thief, you understand what I'm saying to you?
So you're
And
saying that
then-
he? Are
and
you?
kill the rest.
I just want to be clear what you're saying.
You understand what
Are
I'm
you
saying?
saying that the Most High won't choose one nation? You're saying he's choose many nations. Is that what you're
The
saying?
imperfections in the world.
No, wait a minute. I just need to understand.
Because God said, I believe God can choose. God got that power. Okay? But me being the earth, as a nature in the earth, I have to judge the earth, I have to have my foot in the earth. You see God, yeah? He had good angels and bad angels, correct? Are you lying?
No, go ahead. But
And God still loved them because what God does, He still judge. Right? God
He's a
kills
judge.
those.
He's a judge.
no, but you just said.
as well.
Hang on. You just said he had good angels and he had bad angels, but he loved them. Yeah.
Yes.
But the fact is, what you're missing, he created the bad angels to do the bad things, and he created the good angels to
created
do
the
the
bad
good
angels.
things. That's they had their purpose.
Where they
That's
say
why
in the Bible,
he
where they
created
say in the
them.
Bible he created better the angels. They learn to obey the angels.
We'll show you that in the scripture in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If I give you two fruits, one second.
Let's keep
If I give you
down.
two fruits and you choose the fruits, God give the will to choose the fruits, correct? It's your choice where you're going, correct?
We don't believe in free will.
Nah, you don't believe on that,
We
no?
don't believe in free will. That's an illusion.
No, I'm not talking free will. I'm not believing in free will.
Yeah, go on.
He put different resources in the earth, correct? And we choose which one we're going to follow.
I don't believe in free will.
It's same than we live in UK. I will tell you about the rest about UK. Go on. Okay. It's not free will that I'm talking about. It's not free will. What he created is this.
All right. You wanted an answer to your question, right? So let me read it. This is the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verses 6, and we can go all the way down. So I'll start from verse 6. The Lord, you know as God, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor. Amos 3 and 6 and Isaiah 45 and 7. He maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Somebody of Proverbs 21 and 2. Verse 8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes. Oh, okay. No, this is dealing with everything because it's basically saying he made everything. He did everything. Yeah.
Can I talk?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. It says, I formed the light. Listen.
Oh, 1 second. Could you just let him...
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness.
That's right.
I make peace and create evil.
That's right.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16
But
and
you think
verse
this
4.
is correct?
Oh, wait a minute.
One second.
Wait.
Let's not
talking
forget.
over the
Let's not
Bible,
forget. I. You read an I. You don't say E.
All right, wait a minute.
And this. No.
You're talking over the Bible.
You guys don't understand my point.
You're talking over the Bible. We're not arguing points. You're trying to debate.
Read the Bible.
You're trying to debate.
Portuguese and languages. You see? You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah? Let me read this. Can I read just this?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Psalms chapter 78, verse 49. He cast upon them. He is the Most High. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble. How does he do that? By sending evil angels among them.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to use two skills that I learned in my life. Yeah? Two skills that I learned studying Portuguese and studying English. Yeah? First, I'm going to do one thing. Yeah? I'm just going to read something and say here. Yeah? I'm just going to read something and say here. We seem to determine from. If I want this to read, my accent. I want it from here.
Which seems to be genetically determined. From none of these can a simple, clear classification of man be possible due to the immense amount of racial intermixture and migration that has occurred. A pure race does not exist anywhere. That's rubbish. Says, but a body of knowledge as to origin, variation and dispersion of types of man is being assembled. That's Esau's knowledge, man.
That's anthropology.
You've got the knowledge of your oppressor.
No, it's no problem. Now I'm going to read your Bible. I want to read your Bible. Can I read? Can I touch? Can I read your Bible?
What do you want? You tell us.
I just want to read something. I just want to read something.
Tell us
Anyone, you guys choose what I should read. I'm going to
choose what you read.
I want a verse. Then you guys choose me to read. I just want a verse. A full chapter to me to read. I just want that.
chapter?
Nothing. Yeah, a full chapter.
What?
Just a one. 21
What
or
you're
20.
trying to make?
I want to show you something.
Yeah, but what is what you're trying to show?
I just want to show you something. Why you guys don't let me show you? I'm a human being. I can read what's in green. Which one? What's in green? I say to the Lord sitting on his throne, and the Lord said, and stood before the Lord and said, I will pursue him. And the Lord said unto him, and he said, and he took the word of the Lord. And I went the bottom to the top, to the bottom to the middle, to the bottom, and everything makes sense. Does anything not make sense in your ears? I start from the bottom. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm gonna go home. You guys never believe in that.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
I'm so confused. I believe in myself. Stop the pointing. Stop the pointing. You still thinking about me, innit? I'm not evil.
about you, brother.
I'm a love. I love you guys.
Oh, all right, my brother. Thank you.
I'm thinking about your how about Shimmy or Shai.
What's that about?
He's proud people are straight. Yeah, he's proud he can speak too loud. You can see the way he's coming in the spirit of proud.
Me and the brother dealt with him yesterday.
Now this is what happens when you rely on Esau's wisdom
That's right.
And his knowledge.
and Esau's knowledge. What it is, they give you truth mixed in untruth.
This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Has not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? And that's what this guy's come with. I showed him, I said, read all that's in green.
Did he read it from the bottom to the top?
What he did, he read one line here, jumped down, read the next line, jumped down, read the next line, then went
And
back
he's
up.
trying to say it all makes sense.
Bugged out, man.
That's what he said.
Yesterday he came and said that basically he's going, you know, the same thing everyone says, you know, that man read the scriptures, you know, and then that's the third book he's brought out to me. And I want to know who the author is that everyone
Exactly.
No, then he said he wrote one yesterday.
He wrote one himself.
Yeah. He wrote one.
I've never heard that kind of tactics of reading.
No, that was rubbish.
because the
And
wisdom of this
it
world is
was not scholarly either. Scholarly, you're supposed to read the publication, who published it, you're supposed to read the dates, and you're supposed to read the author. He didn't do that, so
That gives it different meaning to here a little, there a little. That gives it completely different
Line upon line.
Line upon line.
There a little, there a little.
We should laugh, you know. We were there one time, you know.
proud of.
No, it wasn't that bad.
I think I'm better than that.
I was a different kind of bugged out.
Like to think I was.
Just keep between us. Don't show that skill to anyone.
No.
That's when they start crashing
I know.
You see, you guys look at the.
Did he say it was a skill? Did he actually have a cheek to say it was a skill?
Not about skill, but if you guys really understand,
That was
it means
mockery.
This gives power to the book because you can read whatever from the book and it still have good sense. You see, you can put it in a negative way. I was laughing leaving and telling you guys.
We were laughing while you were reading about leaving.
But I'll tell you, I went to pick up my Jesus. You know, my iPhone 7. Yeah,
That's your
7 is the
Jesus.
perfect number of God, isn't it?
yeah, you're Jesus.
Right.
Can I see that book?
No,
The book that you read. There's a reason why I want to see it.
Anyway,
No, don't throw me, bro.
what did you have?
Let me go. Where were you? I'll tell you, man, what is going on in this place? I really don't know.
I'm just. Look, I believe in God, you know. But
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Play when you're talking about this.
There was a spirit on me that even when I wasn't in the truth, I see the brothers up teaching. I never go up and start thinking I could start spouting some sort of rubbish. I kind of knew that there's a spirit among them that's serious.
That's right.
And I don't want to look stupid. And some of our people that have that problem doing it.
To hold your tongue. A wise man.
Bug out.
This is an encyclopedia, certification, right? The publishing house, and the year of publication.
When he gets he's
Battery nearly finished.
grab Hebrews 10:36. Let's have Matthew 10:40.
Before I start reading,
This is the book of Hebrews.
If you could quickly grab Luke 9 and 5.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 36, and it reads, For ye have need of patience.
ye have need of patience.
For he have need of patience.
You have need of patience.
That's what I was expecting.
That after ye have done the will of the Most High Power.
And to be honest, when you're dealing with some other people, you do need that patience, man.
That's what I was
You do. But then it's a balance because sometimes you can't have patience with everyone, man.
Yeah, that's
I would have showed the brother some patience yesterday as well.
That's right.
So we kind of knew what spirit he was going to come in today again. And even you showed patience again to him. You know, you let him read from the scriptures. I mean,
Whoa.
I say read, you know.
He read some bits from the Bible. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High.
There you go. So you got to do the will of the Most High first. And be patient in doing the will of the Most High.
Ye might receive the promise.
There's the point. You might receive.
No. It's might in the sense of you will.
You might receive the promise. Yeah. Well, once it says to do the will, yes, it is.
That's why you're doing the. Read that again, brother.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 36. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High Power, ye might receive the promise.
You've got to have the patience in doing the will, and you might receive. You will receive the promise.
No, I thought they were Mike.
That makes sense when you read it fluently. No, it makes sense.
If it was in that content, it would have had a question mark at the end. Question. So it's a statement of fact. It's not a question.
Matthew 10 and 4.
10 and 4. Yeah.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 10. Salakia.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 40. So like it says, he that receiveth you, receiveth me. And this is in red writing.
That's another reason why we get so much contention out here, because they're not really ready to receive Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, so they're not going to receive us. Because we're trying to follow the example that he left and coming in that same spirit, man.
The book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 40, red letters, and it says, he that receiveth you, receiveth me, and he that receiveth me, receiveth him that sent me.
And who sent him? The Father, man. Why are you in Matthew 10? What's verse 3? Alright, this is Matthew 5.
You couldn't just somehow gone right behind. If you go, not 40, just 40 again.
Book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 40. He that receiveth you receiveth me,
there you go.
And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me.
Right, if you can give us Luke 9 and 5.
This is the book of Luke chapter 9 verse 5. And whosoever will not receive you,
so whoever doesn't receive us,
when you go out of that city, shake off the very dust from your feet for a testimony against them.
And that's what we will be doing. So when they don't receive us, you know what? Dust our feet off, keep it moving. But you can't say in that day you was not warned.
That's why I tell them the mark is a long place, man.
That's right.
Sorry, you can bring that I just wanted that to flow with that.
John 10 and John 5, slacking 3. I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is just, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of the Father which has sent me. It's to show who sent Yahweh Shai.
Just to add to that, I just want to quickly bring out Mark 3 verse 35, and it reads, for whosoever shall do the will of the Most High, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So that's who your family is. So when you've forsaken those other ones, as we read earlier, that will not do the work, you gain real brothers and sisters that are like-minded, that will stand with you in adversity also.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 10, verse 32, and it says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. Matthew chapter 10 verse 32.
Oh, your camera's gone out. Just when? So, 1 second, let me just
No, read your precept again that you reading.
The book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 32, and it reads, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
That's right.
We out here confessing our Bashir.
That's right. Sticking to the true doctrine, man.
So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 23. And it reads,
O Lord Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps.
That's why you have to make the Most High direct your steps. How? By just being obedient, man, following what he says.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
That's right. Otherwise you be the sacrifice.
So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 9. And it reads, a man's heart
deviseth his way, but the Lord Yahweh directeth his steps.
And I'll precept that again with Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 1. And it reads,
the preparation of the heart in man and the answer.
And the heart means the mind also. The preparation
of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh.
I'll precept that again with Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. And it reads,
man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3, and it reads, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 19, and it reads, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes.
It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 10. It says, I Yahweh searcheth the heart, I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
That's right.
Precept with Psalms chapter 50 verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh, he shall tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
I know. Remember, he says, and no one can deliver out of my hand. So the only deliverer is Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai. That's right. So when you get into the curses, it says that no man shall redeem you, no man shall buy you. No? Only one redeemer we got, man.
Okay, first and foremost, we're just going to read 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. Then I'll do my usual after that. So you should know, you've been with us long enough now, Israel, so you know what it is. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 33. And it reads, for God, Yahweh our power, is not the author of confusion, but of peace, and in all, as in all the churches of the saints. Now I just want to bring that for us brothers to remember, that we shouldn't have confusion amongst the body. We should have peace and tranquility in all the churches of the saints. And the churches are where you see 2 or 3 gathered in the Most High's name, in the streets, in the chief concourse of place. That's church, according to Scripture. Then I'm going to read Psalms chapter 111 verse 10. And it reads, Psalms 111 verse 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. Or should I say, his praise endureth I walam yam.
La I will
La I la yeah. You got me. Yeah. La I la yam yam. That's it. You guys are okay, and as always, Israel, you know, this is the conclusion of the whole matter, all that we've brought out today, and in future lessons to come, hopefully not too much, hopefully we're out of here, but if not, we'll be here. Yeah, Yahweh Ratazar.
He's got the biggest stereo this time.
Next week he's going to have one on a pulley, an even bigger speaker on a pulley. Yeah, and this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. And as you know by now, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. And it reads, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Every Israelite man, woman and child.
That's right.
Verse 14, thanks for reminding me, I forgot about it was there. Verse 14, for Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And as I always say, that your brothers might not know what's going on behind their backs, what you're doing in dark and in secret, but Yahweh does, and you will be recompensed for it, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
As Israel, close out, and give all glory, honor, and praises
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakah, Kodash. From Yahshua, death to Babylon.
Death to Babylon.
How did I know that was coming? And I'm going to lean up in front of the camera and say, we out.